I graduated with a Bachelor of Integrated Studies, and for me, that meant kind of making up my own degree, which was a lot of fun. I took classes from criminal justice, women's and gender studies, and sociology to combine them to kind of make a social justice type of major. I couldn't really find exactly what I wanted to do in any other degree path, so it was awesome to be able to make up my own. And I was also a theater minor and leadership studies minor, and I just graduated in May of 2020. And I'm from El Dorado, Kansas, but I'll be going back to Washburn in the fall to start law school. I loved every single second of my undergrad at Washburn. I'd love to work for a nonprofit or a governmental organization that really focuses on human trafficking and fighting that crime. What I'm excited for, though, is to just be back on campus, because I really do. I adore Washburn University. It's my favorite place to be. I love the people there. I love the faculty and staff. I have a lot of friends who still attend or are now doing grad school there. And I'm just so excited to be back. Something I realized going into college, it was about week 3 for me. I was sitting in my Woo 101 class, and all of the big papers and assignments that always hit that first wave in the semester, which is about usually 3 weeks in, hit me. And I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know if I can do this. I really thought that happens a lot for students. You know, you're learning in a different way. You are on your own. Essentially, you pick out your own schedule. You're not going to class for 8 hours a day. So you really have to look at it as a job. And when you're out of class, you finish your homework first. Like, okay, when I'm not in class, I am working to make sure I am on top of my stuff and finishing my homework. And if you don't look at it that way, it's really easy to fall behind. And when you fall behind, that's the easiest way to get overwhelmed. This is essentially, hopefully, what you want to do with your whole life. So, and that was a scary realization for me, because in high school, I would cram study, take a test, and then forget it. And I was like, okay, hypothetically, I want to do this for the rest of my life. I want to know this stuff for the rest of my life. You do have to put work into it, but it's never too much work where you're going to hate it, because the goal is to love what you do. So that's the most important thing. If you pick a major that you love, you're going to be good. My go-to study spot for me when I'm studying and I really need to focus, I have to be in the silent floor of the library. I would love to go to the group floor and hang out with my friends, but it would really just be hanging out. So as far as actually studying goes, I would go to the silent floor in the library and just be there at my desk, and I could always like shut my brain down and just focus and just study and get things done. And I got many a paper done in that specific corner of the library. Find your support system. If it's not your biological family, find a family at Washburn. Find those people that you can lean on, because that's critical. No one does anything completely by themselves. No one succeeds completely by themselves. And it's so important to lean on people when you're overwhelmed. My friends got me through. Like my family at Washburn, we're like, we believe you can do this. And so find your family, find your people that will support you. Get involved, find your place. Studying abroad, traveling internationally was, like I said, I went to London my first year with the theater department. I also got a chance to go to Brussels, Belgium with the Leadership Institute. But Washburn offers a $1,000 scholarship for essentially every student who wants to study abroad. Now is the time. People are going to give you money to go travel, so do it now.
I was incarcerated, got out. It was like, what am I going to do? I graduate with the bachelor's through integrated studies. I've already obtained my certificate for addiction counseling. I'm going to continue to strive for my master's. For those that have any disorder, disability, and they feel that they might not be up to par or have what it takes to attempt to strive towards achieving something in college, that is not the case. There are many resources. Diversity inclusion would be the first place to start, because they will guide you to what other resources that are available. And the whole time that I've been at Washburn, I don't even feel like I'm a non-traditional student. It's more like family oriented. First year, I made sure before I did anything, I read my chapters, I did my homework. It was a necessity for me to get a groundwork and build up some type of study time for me. As you get settled in, you get a little complacent. And I ended up going to, found out that they had a tutor class for algebra, calculus, statistics, and all that. And that was my go-to spot for that time frame. My other place was the library, and it was down by the computers. I took the computers downstairs, or the writing, the writing area where you had other help by tutors and things. Those are my three favorite spots. I'm grateful to be where I'm at through integrated studies, and it has been a blessing. It was a great move with the help of the academic advisor and the dean of human services to move to integrated studies, to where it was a lot easier for me and a better transition, to where the classes that I needed, I knocked out, to where I only have one class now to graduate. It was a win-win for me because I'm obtaining knowledge and understanding and being able to put that to use for those, that are in need. I'm grateful for Professor Ralston, because she goes out of her way to make sure that you are comfortable in whatever it is that you're striving for. When she showed me what I needed to know and what I needed to do as far as gaining the added classes and hours needed, it was all in a positive fashion, and she said it to where whatever I needed for me, what's best for me, she went through and showed me slots and time frames, and I was like, right on, and she made it happen. I've excelled out of those classes. I'm like a kid in the candy store, second chance, back in school. Don't allow anybody else to detour you to a different area unless it's a positive forward motion, to where you'll still be able to achieve what you are setting out to do.